back strain kind of flared up in the bullpen prior to the game. Wasn't too bad. Felt like he could pitch through it. He's had some lower back stuff in previous part of his career, so I was experienced with it. You know, went out there. You saw Frenchie kind of go out there in the first inning. We were hyper aware of it. Scotty, everybody's kind of aware. And after the first, he wanted to keep going. So it was our decision to pull him out.
What do you think? Do you think that this will cause him to miss starts, go on the IL?
That's hard to answer that right now. I mean, we'll probably, I'm sure they'll get some, the doctors will check it out. I would imagine there'll be some imaging of some sorts, and then they'll make the decision on that going forward.
Is this something he's been dealing with over the past couple?
No, it just popped up, yeah. He's got, I think there's a little bit of a history from earlier in his career, but no, nothing, not that I know of.
Again, how difficult is that on the bullpen then when you lose a starter that quickly?
Yeah, I mean, you just go into survival mode. You know, we're trying to add up innings and figure out, like, how we're going to get through this thing and not be, you know, the front page of another story, which isn't that fun. But, you know, and, you know, Scotty, you know, he goes out there and does what he does and threw the ball great. You just feel for him. Scotty blew it because he threw the ball good, but you have to push him and extend him. So I think you just feel for the players in those situations, you know, and then you got to send a couple of high-leverage guys out there in the 6th and 7th that aren't used to pitching in a, you know, touchdown type game. So, you know, fortunately Vasquez, I mean, it's crazy watching him do it. He did it in New York, and, you know, very thankful for what he did and how they handled it.
What difference, if any, did you see in the at-bats from the offense today from last night to today?
It's real. I mean, Littell was really good. I mean, when he's throwing the ball front door into the lefties with the sinker at 94, and, you know, he's got the backdoor slider going, he's tough. But we've talked about this too. When you're hitting in these games, it's difficult. You know, like what we did yesterday down 6 is abnormal. What they did to us last week down 8 is abnormal. The pressure comes off the pitcher when they got a lead like that, you know, and they're able to execute a little bit easier than normal. So just tough. I wouldn't, to me, I just kind of toss this one aside and wouldn't evaluate our offense on today.
You know, you've made a roster move every day for like eight or 9 days in a row, and now, you know, you had to use 8 because you're playing at home. You had to use bullpen for 8 innings.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're going to have to?
So we'll sit down and figure this out. So you know, by throwing Vasquez the last 2 innings, it gave us a chance for tomorrow. So right now you have Sir Anthony got the day, Baker, Bautista, Keegan, they got the day. So you feel pretty good about the bullpen going in tomorrow, despite what we just went through. But that's the decision that you're making. You know, when you put in a position player in the 8th, and I think we saw the Dodgers do it maybe a few weeks ago, earlier than that, if I remember correctly. You know, when you put him in, it gives you a chance for tomorrow, you know. Will there be a roster move? I don't know. It just kind of come in here, but we'll talk it through here in a second, see what it looks like.